Dneska se podíváme na nezapomenutelné Counter-Strike rekordy. Pojďme na to.
From the fastest ever round in a professional match to the most kills in regulation time, here are some of the best world records set in Counter-Strike's history. In 2015, a match between Zenex and Excel was played during ESL UK Premiership.
Ty kokos, vidíte, jak je to starý zápas, že máme takhle šíleně špatný rozlišení? Takhle poznáte, kámo, fakt old school Counter-Strike. Plus je tady teda starý Inferno. Ještě ne to minulý, ale to minulý, předminulý.
This match ended up going on for 88 rounds in which Zenex eventually came out on top, winning the map 46-42. Nearly 9 years later, both teams still hold the world record for the longest professional match in Counter-Strike's history. But
Excel tým si můžete, myslím, pamatovat. Některý... mám pocit, že jméno týmu Excel tak znám. Nicméně, co tady bylo? Co tady za hráče? Chronic Booster? Kámo, nehraje Booster teďka profesionálně Valorant za Fnatic? Mám pocit, že jo, ale silně pochybuju, že to bude ten stejný Booster. Páně, nejsem si jistý. JT, pokud je to ten JT, tak ten hraje CSko teď. Šíky, Chelsea, Pulse a Mol, nikoho z nich dalšího neznám. Jenom JT a Booster, tak jsou jména, který mi něco říkají. A Viktor může být kdokoliv, že jo?
Both teams still hold the world record for the longest professional match in Counter-Strike's history.
Chceš získat nové skiny? Vyzkoušej tohle. Stránka Top Skin nabízí super bedny, upgradey, trade-upy, nebo si můžeš dát skinový souboj proti ostatním hráčům. Takhle nic nečekej a použij můj kód 100k pro 40% depozit bonus. Odkaz máš v popisku.
Magix from Team Spirit holds the world record for the most kills in a single level 10 face-up match, with a staggering 102 kills.
What? 102 killů? 102 killů, 49-47? What?
Their match on Mirage went on for 96 rounds, which in the end went in the favor of Magix, who won the game 49-47. If you've ever played Counter-Strike, chances are that you've opened at least one case in your lifetime, and you probably know how rare it is to get a gold in one of them. Well, a user on Twitter called _awakeness defied all odds and pulled 3 golds back to back to back, crowning him as the luckiest hobby enjoyer in the world. The odds
3 nože v řadě, kámo. Jaká je šance na to, že ti padnou 3 nože v řadě? Ok, jeden z nich je padne Doppler. Kde jsou ty další? Já chci vidět, jaký nože mu padly.
of that happening are around 1 in 60 million. The highest 2.0 rating.
Kde to je? Co mu padlo?
If you've ever played Counter-Strike, chances are that you've opened at least one case in your lifetime, and you probably know how rare it is to get a gold in one of them. Well, a user...
Ok, padl mu Bayonet Doppler. Tyhle ty gamma Dopplery, lopatky. A kde je ten, co třetí? Nevím, co to je, kámo. Ale gratuluju tady tomu lakerovi, který mu padly 3 nože v řadě. WTF.
Defied all odds and pulled 3 golds back to back to back, crowning him as the luckiest hobby enjoyer in the world. The odds of that happening are around 1 in 60 million. The highest 2.0 rating in a single...
Šance na to 1 ze 60 milionů, kámo. Ten týpek si měl radši vsadit loterii a vyhrál by víc. Jakože ti padnou 3 nože, šíleně nízká šance, ale taky nemáš moc peněz, jo? Tam měl si vsadit loterii radši.
Single map between 2 top 25 teams goes to Voxic, who had a whooping 3.21 against Ago in 2018. With an insane score of 35-4, 191 ADR, he set the bar very high for anyone who would ever want to contest him. Staying on the same topic, the highest 2.0 rating achieved in just a single half goes to Coldzera, with a whooping 7.32 against G2 back in 2016. It was...
Mimochodem, v rating 2.0 je rating 1 průměr. To znamená, že jste nehráli ani dobře, ani špatně. Když cokoliv nad 1, tak je nadprůměrný výkon. A on měl za jednu polovinu 7,3.
In fact based off of one singular round on the T side, in which he did get a 4K, closing off the match in 16-0 fashion. Not quite a series world record.
Mimochodem, tady si všimněte, ono se předtím, než se přidali reální skiny na rukavice do hry, tak některé turnaje tak používali přeskinované rukavice s logem těch jednotlivých týmů. Takže tady Coldzera hrál za SK Gaming, tak měli speciální rukavice s logem SK Gaming. Což byla taková zajímavá cool featureka předtím, než se přidali skiny na rukavičky.
But also not an easy one to be. As teased in the intro, the quickest ever round of professional Counter-Strike only took 7 seconds, and it happened in a game between Crazy and Norderwind back in 2019 on Dust 2. On round 3, Team Crazy run mid and triple naded into mid doors, blowing up all Norderwind players simultaneously.
Спасите.
The record for the longest game
7 sekund na nejrychlejší kolo v historii Counter-Strike v profesionálním zápasu. To je docela. Klasika does 2, že jo?
streak in the professional scene goes to NIP, who had a staggering record of 60-0, winning 87 consecutive maps on land during the early stages of CSGO. The iconic roster consisted of Freiburg, Exist, Forest, Get Right, and Fifth Lauren. Since there wasn't really any real competition at the time other than Team Very games, their record isn't taken as seriously when compared to win streaks nowadays. So if we were to put NIP aside, the next team in line would be Team Liquid, who went 23-0 in their matches back in 2019. Their roster consisted of Nitro, Elish, Naf, Stewie 2K, and Twists.
How dare you, kámo, nemůžeš přirovnávat NIP win streak k Team Liquid win streaku. To je absolutně nesrovnatelná věc. Jako chápu, že v té době byla menší konkurence, rozumím tomuhle argumentu, ale kámo, Team Liquid reálně nic nevyhráli. Co měli? Vyhráli Intel Grand Slam, OK, beru. Vyhráli Major? Ne, nevyhráli Major. Na Majoru dostali vyklepáno od Astralis, kteří vyhráli svůj 4. Major. Kámo, Team Liquid reálně, to se ani nedá říct éra, o tom se jako pořád spekuluje, jestli to byla éra nebo nebyla to éra, ale jako, brácho. NIP to byl legendární win streak, oproti tomu Team Liquid měli takovou prostě svoji chvilku slávy. Astralis se s něma dají porovnávat, nevím jak moc Astralis měli win streak nebo neměli, ale nevím, když už bych teda něco k něčemu, tak bych NIP přirovnal teda k Astralis rozhodně.
Staying on the topic of win streaks, the team with the longest win streak on a single map is Astralis, who won 37 games in a row on Nuke before going down to ends. Their win streak went on for 15 months, spreading across 2018 and 2019. Unsurprisingly, that was also around the same time when Astralis was in its prime, dominating everyone in the pro scene. The world record for the most rank ups in a single day goes to a Reddit user called Zoe Dean.
I ranked up 6 times in one day. Dima to nepřekonal ještě, jo, se svýma videama o tom, jak rank upuje a derankuje. Zajímavý.
Who within a span of 21 games managed to rank up 6 times, going all the way from Silver 4 to Gold Nova Master. I'm honestly shocked as to how he managed to pull this off, seeing how he only won 14 matches, lost 6 and drew 1 of them, but an impressive record nevertheless. The most viewed CSGO match goes to G2 and Na'Vi during the PGL Major Stockholm Grand Finals in 2021. This best of 3 series ended up going 2-0 in favor of Na'Vi, resulting in Simple winning his first ever major. This Grand Final racked up a total of 2,748,434 viewers at its peak, being by far the most viewed professional match in CSGO's history. Going back to the player stats, the most kills in regulation time during a
to byl ten major mimochodem, kde Niko mysnul na Nuku tu střelu s díglem dozad z Heavenu na Unimu a prohráli kvůli tomu Nuke.
match in CSGO's history. Going back to the player stats, the most kills in regulation time during a professional match goes to Config, with a whopping 47 kills against Renegades in just 29 rounds. However, there are some other notable performances that I'd like to quickly mention, as if their matches went for as many rounds as Config's did, there is a chance they could have beaten him. With 45 kills in just 26 rounds, we have Henny against Talked, who played on Games Academy at the time. If their match didn't end 16-10 and went on for possibly 4 more rounds, I think Henny could have easily gotten 3 more kills with the way he was playing.
But I think that whole game right there was just the story of Henny. The total kill count was 45. He goes plus 34. I think you might have already said that. 8 2K rounds, 4 3K rounds, a single ace, and a 4K. So yeah, if you're looking for a highlight reel, Henny. You found it. Mirage. You've got lots of material, guys.
Another impressive performance worth mentioning goes to Electronic, which you may or may not remember happened just over a year ago in his match against Illumina.
To si nepamatuju. Zajímavý. Ukaž to.
He ended up dropping 41 kills in just 21 rounds, carrying his squad to a 16-5 victory. If that match went the distance with 9 more possible rounds, Electronic could have easily dropped over 50 kills. The best KD in a professional match goes to Angel, who went 26-0 against Anima during DreamHack Valencia 2014. On the topic of good KDs, JKS has the
OMG, kámo, starý Cobblestone, dejte mi zpátky Cobblestone, prosím. JKS v Renegades, ale Rikeo, Ustilo, Azer, Jam, to jsou hráči aspoň. A proti nim hrajou holky totiž, aha, tohle je 16-0, protože to proti nim hrajou ženy. Už mi to došlo. So CLG Red.
For the most flawless matches in CSGO's history. Other than his performance against CLG Red in 2017 on Team Renegades, he also went deathless in his match against Trident, back when he played on Vox Eminor in 2000.
Spanjay, kámo, hraje! Koukejte na něj, kámo. Chad Burchill, let's go.
As far as I'm aware, other than JKS, there's no other player out there with 2 or more flawless matches in their professional careers. But where there are highs, there are also lows. The record for the worst KD in a professional match goes to Solek, who went 0-20 during his matchup against Penta in 2014. But
Kdo tam hrál? Ukaž to.
match goes to Solek, who went 0-20
Solek, Felix, Alexer a Smorak, tak z Penty tak nikoho neznáme. Nicméně z nostalgie, Kukli, zabanovaný Apex, Schneidera taky známe, Pimpa si pamatujeme, všichni víme, momentálně streamer, analytik a Overdrive neznáme, nicméně tady tyhle 4 hráči jsou velice známí jako Kukli, ty kokos. Hezky. A Kukli top fragu a já, top fragger Kukli, sus.
20 during his matchup against Penta in 2014, but there are quite a few other players who suffered a similar fate during their careers. To just name a few, Nekis from Team Luminosity went 0-19 against Cloud9.
Cloud9, jo, Cloud9 major winning roster.
In 2017, Isuta from Team Vitality went 0-18 against Team Spirit in 2020, and Kito from Team Berserk went 0-17 against Tortoise Ninjas in 2017. Not too long ago, the Only Up challenge went crazy in the CS community, and a lot of players started to grind it and go for the world record speedruns. A player called Śmieszny holds both world records on both the V1 and the V2 maps, with 240 on the first and 508 on the second. Since I'll be linking all sources down in the description, feel free to check out his runs as they're both honestly.
Tohle to jsem se snažil natáčet a víte, jak to dopadlo, můžete se podívat na můj YouTube, kámo, kdy jsem natáčel Only Up.
Insane. Coming towards the end, the player with the most registered kills on HLTV is JW with 45,064 kills, whereas the player with the most registered assists on HLTV is JW's former teammate Flusher with 9,914 assists. And lastly, the record for all-time peak players on Counter-Strike Global Offensive was 1,802,853 players back in May 2023, following the announcement of Counter-Strike 2. These were just some of the Counter-Strike world records that will go down in history for many years to come. If you want to see more, make sure to...
Pokud chceš, abych natočil video, kde se pokusím získat nějaký světový rekord v Counter-Strikeu, tak rozhodně dej like, odběr a napiš komentář, o jaký rekord bych se měl pokusit. Měj se krásně, díky za zhlédnutí, čau.